Wisdom of faith discovered in the dilemmas of entrepreneurship. Insights from Esther and Habakkuk. The necessity of faith in the entrepreneurial dilemmas of modern NS. Modern N society is an era where the longing and dilemmas of entrepreneurship coexist. Technological innovation and the expansion of global markets have increased entrepreneurial opportunities, yet the intensity of competition and economic risks simultaneously amplify fear. While NS seek personal success through entrepreneurship, they simultaneously wrestle with moral boundaries, social responsibility, and fear of failure. These dilemmas extend beyond economic dimensions, leading to introspection about the purpose of existence and the direction of life. In this context, the wisdom of the Bible provides profound insights into modern entrepreneurial challenges. Particularly, Esther and Habakkuk offer models of overcoming adversity through human courage and faith-based perseverance, providing both practical and spiritual solutions for entrepreneurs. This essay aims to present specific solutions to the entrepreneurial dilemmas of modern NS, drawing on the lessons of these biblical figures. Chapter 1: Esther's Courage, the Responsibility and Faith-Driven Mission of an Entrepreneur. The Book of Esther recounts how Queen Esther, chosen by King Ahasuerus, rescues the Jews from Haman's malicious plot. This story offers critical lessons for entrepreneurs facing challenges. 1.1 Opportunity in Crisis, Insight from Esther 4:14. The verse, "For such a time as this, you have been appointed as queen," reflects Esther's faith-driven mission. This passage provides entrepreneurs with the following insights. Crisis is the beginning of a mission. Entrepreneurship is not merely an economic activity but a mission to resolve societal conflicts or fulfill human needs. For example, eco-friendly technology startups began with a faith-based responsibility to address climate crises. Reflect on your position in a crisis. Esther recognized her role as queen was not just about authority but a means to save her people. Entrepreneurs must understand their resources, capital, technology, networks, as tools not only for personal success but for societal contribution. 1.2 Strategic Courage and Execution, Lessons from Esther 5:23. Despite the danger posed by Haman, Esther declares, "If I perish, and approaches the king." This teaches entrepreneurs the following execution strategies. Accept short-term losses for long-term goals. Early-stage startups inevitably face losses. Esther sacrificed her safety to achieve her goal. Entrepreneurs must similarly endure initial financial losses, recruitment costs, and other short-term sacrifices to pursue long-term value. Seize the right timing. Esther acted just before Haman's plan was executed. Entrepreneurs must also predict market changes and act swiftly. For example, metaverse startups anticipated technological trends and secured market positions. 1.3 Faith-Based Trust, Application of Esther 8:1417. Esther rejoices when the king's decree to protect the Jews spreads nationwide, declaring, "We are being saved." This provides entrepreneurs with spiritual guidance. Success is the result of collaborative faith, not just personal effort. Entrepreneurship requires teamwork and partnerships. Esther acted on Mordecai's advice and the prayers of her colleagues, and entrepreneurs must grow through trust in teammates, investors, and customers. Share success through gratitude. Esther celebrated with the rescued Jews. Entrepreneurs must distribute achievements with stakeholders, employees, and communities to build sustainable growth. Chapter 2: Habakkuk's Patience Overcoming Uncertainty and Fear in the Entrepreneurial Process. The Book of Habakkuk contains the prophet's confession of doubt toward God and his declaration of faith-based patience. The uncertainty and fear of failure in the entrepreneurial process can be overcome through Habakkuk's teachings. 2.1 Time may delay, but it will certainly accomplish, Habakkuk 23. Habakkuk does not complain about God's delayed judgment. This teaches entrepreneurs. Be patient with long-term vision. Entrepreneurship values long-term value creation over immediate success. Habakkuk waited patiently for God's promise, and entrepreneurs must plan business strategies from a 510-year perspective. View failure as an opportunity for hope. Though Habakkuk noted God's delayed judgment, he used it as a reason for hope. Entrepreneurs should also accept failure not as a temporary setback, but as a chance to learn and rebound. 2.2 God will accomplish your faith-driven purpose, Habakkuk 3:1-7-19. Habakkuk confesses, though the fig tree does not blossom, and the vines yield no fruit, the Lord God is my strength. This provides faith-based guidance. Overcome resource limitations through faith. Habakkuk acknowledges material scarcity but maintains faith-based hope. Entrepreneurs must conquer financial or manpower shortages with faith-based perseverance. Recognize trials as training. Habakkuk views trials as training to fulfill faith-driven purposes. Entrepreneurs must see management crises as essential steps for growth. 2.3 Faith-based strategy. Application of Habakkuk 1:1-2-2-20. Habakkuk acknowledges God's plan and human limitations while enduring through faith. This teaches entrepreneurs. Combine market analysis with faith. Habakkuk acted on God's plan while fulfilling his role. Entrepreneurs must develop strategic plans through market research and competition analysis, but execute them with faith-based trust. View competition and crises through a faith-based lens. Habakkuk saw evil forces as tools of divine judgment. Entrepreneurs must regard competitors and market crises not as purely adversarial but as catalysts for growth. Chapter 3. Integrated application of Esther and Habakkuk practical solutions. Esther and Habakkuk exemplify the faith-based attitudes of courage and patience. Combining their wisdom leads to practical solutions for modern and entrepreneurial dilemmas. 3.1 Step-by-step execution strategy. First stage, reflection on dilemmas and establishing a faith-based mission. Self-analysis. Entrepreneurs should view their talents, experiences, and values as a mission for such a time as this, like Esther. For instance, social entrepreneurs recognize resolving issues for vulnerable groups as a mission beyond personal success. Recognize crisis as opportunity. Entrepreneurs must adopt Esther's perspective on market changes, e.g., digital transformation, ESG trends, as opportunities emerging from crises. Second stage, strategic execution and faith-based patience. Accept short-term losses. In early stages, entrepreneurs should endure short-term losses like Esther, pursuing long-term opportunities. For example, investing in incubator or accelerator programs to gain initial resources is a necessary strategy. Overcome crises with faith-based patience. Like Habakkuk, entrepreneurs must view management crises as growth training and overcome financial deficits and operational risks through perseverance. Third stage, sharing achievements and expressing faith-based gratitude. Distribute achievements. Esther shared her joy with the rescued Jews. Entrepreneurs should build sustainable growth foundations by distributing results with stakeholders, teammates, and local communities. Maintain gratitude in success. Habakkuk practiced faith-based gratitude through trials. Entrepreneurs must uphold humility toward teammates and peers even in success. 3.2 Concrete examples and tools for implementation. 1. Faith-based entrepreneurship education programs. Develop curricula integrating Esther and Habakkuk's stories to strengthen faith-driven missions and patience. Example: SY Entrepreneur Academy introduced faith-based leadership courses to enhance psychological stability among entrepreneurs. 2. Faith-based networking. Establish faith-based entrepreneurial communities where entrepreneurs pray and support each other. For example, Soul Startup with God gatherings provide faith-driven motivation platforms. 3. Learning mechanisms from failure. Operate failure learning workshops reflecting Habakkuk's view of failure as an opportunity for hope. Example: the Busan Startup Center analyzes business failure cases with experts to develop reliable strategies. Integrated vision of faith and entrepreneurship. The entrepreneurial dilemmas of modern NS transcend economic issues. requiring introspection on existential purposes and faith-based responsibilities. The wisdom of Esther and Habakkuk offers entrepreneurs an integrated perspective. Balance of courage and patience. Esther's courage and Habakkuk's patience complement each other in the entrepreneurial process. Faith-based harmony between short-term execution and long-term vision is essential. Social responsibility and faith-driven mission.